Hello everyone, welcome to the Daily Morning Podcast. So let's see how the Indian market have closed in yesterday's trade. The benchmark indices have remained negative during the session. Nifty have declined by 1.5% to 21,997, while Sensex have declined 1.2%, closing at 70,761. Nifty Midcap 100 has declined by 4.4%, while Small Cap 100 have declined by 5.2%. If we talk about the gainers and losers of Nifty 50, the gainers are ITC, ICICI Bank, Kotak Mahindra Bank, Cipla, Nestle, Bajaj Finance. While the losers are Power Grid Corp, Tata Steels, NTPC, Tata Motors, JSW Steel and Titan. Checking on the market breadth on BSE, there are 400 stocks that have advanced while there are 3,516 stocks that have declined. If we look at the sector-wise performance, BSE FMCG declined by 0.2%, BSE BankX declined by 0.6%, BSE IT declined by 1.03%, BSE Tech declined by 1.3%, BSE Financial Services declined by 1.6%, BSE Healthcare declined by 2.2%, BSE Auto declined by 2.7%, BSE Consumer Durable declined by 3%, and BSE Capital Goods declined by 3.3%. Now let's look at the 52-week high. 97 stocks have scaled 52-week high like Colpal, Intellect, Phoenix Mill, TCS, while 253 stocks have scaled 52-week low like Alkyna Mines, Bajaj Electrical, Balrampur Chini and Bandhan Bank. Now let's look at the fund flow side. The FII were net sellers amounting to 4,595, while DII were net buyers amounting to 9,093 crore. Now let's look at the US benchmark Qs. Dow Jones have gained 38 points while Nasdaq have declined 0.5% and S&P 500 has declined by 0.2%. Today, US data like PPI and initial jobless claim will be out, that will be a key trackable, while on the Indian side, PPI data will be out today, that will be the key trackable for today. Now let's look at the stock specific news. Tata Motors has signed a MOU with Tamil Nadu government to set up a vehicle manufacture facility. The MOU requires an investment of 9,000 crore over a period of 5 years. This remains positive for the stock. The Defence Minister has signed 2 contracts with HAL for 8,073 crore for acquisition of 34 advanced light helicopters and associated equipment for the Indian Army. This remains positive for the stock. KC International has received a new order of 2,257 crore across various business verticals. This remains positive for the stock. The central government has announced a new scheme to promote the adoption of electric vehicle in India, ahead of the expiration of the previous scheme that lasted for 5 years. The Electric Mobility Promotion Scheme of 2024 has an outlay of 500 crores for over 4 months for electric two-wheelers and three-wheelers. This remains positive for the two-wheelers and three-wheelers players. Railway Vikas Nigam, the company and Salasar has formed a JV that has received a LOA from Madhya Pradesh Power Transmission for construction of transmission lines and associated feeder bay in eastern MP. This remains positive for the stock. IIFL Finance is raising 1,500 crore via shares and up to 500 crore via NCD on a private placement basis. It remains neutral for the stock. Vedanta, the company will appeal against SEBI order directing to pay 77 crore to Khan UK before the appropriate forum. This remains neutral for the stock. DLF will raise 600 crore via NCD on a private placement basis. This remains neutral for the stock. Balkinstein Industries, the Income Tax Department is conducting search at office premises and manufacturing unit since March 11. The company is fully cooperating with the authorities and providing all necessary information and support. This remains negative for the stock. Ajat Engineering has signed a $35 million 7-year strategic contract with Steam Power Business for JE Vernova for supply of high complex rotating airfoil for nuclear, industrial and thermal power industries. This remains positive for the stock. Sanofi India, the company has approved distribution on Emcure Pharmaceuticals to distribute cardiovascular products. This remains positive for the stock. The PC Jewelers, the state government has accepted company's proposal for one-time settlement of outstanding dues. This remains neutral to positive for the stock. Dynamatic Technology, the company in pact with Dutch Aircraft to manufacture rear fuselage for regional aircraft D328 Eco. This remains positive for the stock. South Indian Bank, the board will not board any fresh customers in co-branded credit card until the bank fully complies with regulatory guidance. This remains negative for the stock. Federal Bank, the company has stopped issuance of new co-branded credit card and will seek regulatory clearance prior to resumption of new issuance. This remains negative for the stock. Power Mech Project, the company incorporated a wholly owned subsidiary by the name PMTS. This remains neutral for the stock. Drone Acharya Aerial, the company has received a service order from Dharma Port to provide DGCA certified drone pilot training. This remains positive for the stock. Signed, the company has signed a multi-year service agreement with Airbus for cabin and cargo engineering. This remains positive for the stock. Indian Hume Pipe, the company has received order worth 230 crore from Telangana government for water supply and sewerage project. This remains positive for the stock. Bharat Forge, the company has approved the fundraise of 12.5 crore by way of NCD on a private placement basis. This remains neutral for the stock. Now let's talk about the new listing in the stock exchange. Opal Snacks will debut on the stock exchange with the issue price of 401. The issue size was of 650 crore and the IPO was subscribed 9 times. Now let's look at the block deals. ITC, the tobacco manufacturer in India, sold 3.5% stake, while ICICI Prudential Mutual Fund bought 0.9% stake. Government of Singapore bought 0.7% stake. BofA Securities Europe SA bought 0.1% stake, and Societe Generale 0.1% stake. Now let's look at the block deals. APL Apollo, new fund has bought a 1% stake in APL Apollo, while principal global investor Collective Investment Trust have sold 0.5% stake. For Lancer Container Lines, Minerva Venture Fund sold 2.8% stake. Now let's look at the insider trades. Maharashtra Simles promoter Sudha Apparels bought 28,500 shares on March 11. Som Distiller and Breweries promoter Jagdish Kumar Arora bought 20,000 shares on March 13. Man Industries promoter Man Finance bought 35,225 shares between March 6 to 7. Gokul Agro promoter Ritika Infracon bought 3.23 lakh shares between March 11-12. Bharatwire Ropes promoter Gyan Shankar E-Trading LLP bought 3 lakhs shares between March 6 to March 12. Promoter Kunal Vinrechi Sagar of Nirnol sold 13.27 lakh shares, while Alphon PT sold 9.23 lakh shares on March 12. That's it for the Daily Morning Podcast. Thank you all for listening.
Investment in securities market are subject to market risks. Read all the related documents carefully before investing.